Hello and welcome back to a new review for a, kind of first episode for Dear's Irae. It's episode 0, which is most of the time basically the side story called Morgendämmerung, and it's actually just, fan service without actual fan service in terms of, showing the goods that usually fan service episodes are showing off, so yeah. And the last part is actually a bit of the prologue of the visual novel. And goddammit, for anime only watchers, this episode will make absolutely no fucking sense. Literally, no sense. And I can guarantee you that if you haven't gone into the visual novel, this episode will make, like I said, no sense. So, if you are worried about, at least wait for the actual episode 1, which is airing next Friday. But so far in this episode, there are some minor issues, especially on the animation part. And kind of the, not even the fight choreography, but the way the camera shot where it was kind of weird. So yeah, quite reminds me of the early 2000 action shows, but goddammit, the soundtrack's fucking awesome. And I'm not even kidding, I really, really like the soundtracks from the visual novel. The anime is doing a fucking great job as well. And boy, oh boy, the voice acting. This is seriously one of the best parts of the entire DS Irae, because Reinhard and Mercurius, their voices are so over the top awesome. And especially Mercurius with his foreknowledge, because DS Irae is based around that foreknowledge. Knowing what is coming and how the outcome will be. And to be honest, I think this is really incredible, and even the visual novel goes this way, so most of the things you will see there is not really going to be a what the fuck, I didn't expect this. So it's going like foreshadowing, and you're like, well, not really that surprising, I kinda saw that coming. But it's not done in a bad way. Actually, it's done in a really good way. And for this Irae, the characters are the strongest point. We are, like I said, Mercurius, who was called Carl Croft in this episode, but he will be named Mercurius later on. He is kind of like the director of an opera, because the way he sets things up, it's really just a battle opera. Reinhard, he's a bastion of charisma. And with his voice, the way he is, the way he acts, it's pure authority and charisma. Sadly, this wasn't really conveyed in this episode, but yeah, it doesn't really matter, because we will see it in the upcoming episodes, and goddamn, I'm hyped. We saw a bunch of other characters. We saw the, white-haired crazy dude. Then we saw kind of, you can call it trap. We had the Valkyria trio, Riza and Beatrice, and then I forgot the name of the other one, damn it. But yeah, and when they went on to fight, because there was an issue going on between two, and they were fighting, and even the police couldn't stop them, and then Reinhard was heading out, Mercurius was following him, and the Valkyria trio was like, yeah, we will going with you, and stuff like this. But in the end, they couldn't do anything against them, and Reinhardt was just, yeah, kind of one-punching them. So, yeah, Reinhardt is pretty much a beast, and it was confirmed by Mercurius. He was like, well, when was the last time you tried to use your full powers? Because you could kinda end the world. And Reinhardt is seriously overpowered as fuck. And Mercurius is like, yeah, just use it. Don't be like, trying to hide it. That's not your style. And all in all, the dialogues in this show, they are so over the top, especially those between Reinhardt and Mercurius. God damn it, I can't wait for more of this. And I'm a visual novel reader, so yeah, even though I want more, because it's just it. And at its heart, Dies Irae is the kind of the pinnacle of chuuni. You know, the kind of when all anime are going like, yeah, kind of like the 8th grader syndrome, the chuuni pure things. This is chuuni at its best. Let me tell you this. So, don't be afraid after this episode. Watch the next few ones and you will be kinda hooked, because it's going to be pretty crazy. And yeah, I really wonder if they will step up the game with the animation of the fight scenes, or if they are going to be more like this, where the shit ton of dialogue going on with it. But all in all, I really enjoyed this episode, and goddammit, the opening song that was played at the end of the episode, Cadence, it was so good. Goddammit, can't wait for that single to come out. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a really good episode, with a bit of drawback in terms of animation and the camera angles, but all in all, I enjoyed it, and you should give this series a try. So yeah, that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you guys next time as well. See ya!